Hello and welcome back to Green Money Momentum, where we talk about market movements, making money, and money momentum. And yes, the title is true. It is not clickbait. I did sell some of my DJT today, but it is not because I am bearish on DJT or any of my analysis has changed. It's actually because I am super bullish on DJT, and tomorrow I'm going to be getting on a flight and heading to Washington, D.C. for the inauguration. So my entire day is going to be very busy. I'm going to be on flights. I'm not going to be able to really access the market, and with the volatility, anything can really be happening. So I made this quick sale, which was a very small part of my DJT portfolio. With DJT, of course, we have seen halting many times where this stock has been untradeable for many minutes before, and with the inauguration coming Monday and the markets being closed on January 20th for MLK Day and the inauguration, the volatility really should start to pick up tomorrow and start to go crazy. But I am not naive to the market, and I am not naive to what could possibly happen with the halting and manipulation, possibly pushing the stock down to basically screw options traders who do have their options set to expire tomorrow on the 17th. So my option personally was very in the money at $36, and I figured that would be a good spot to sell right before tomorrow in case there is any halting or manipulation. This was not my only contracts for DJT, of course. I have other options contracts as well, and I also hold a ton of shares. So this was just a way to deleverage myself and really be prepared for anything that happens with DJT. I would just hate to see those options contracts expire with a lot less worth than they do have today. Although I do expect the markets to roar tomorrow, I'm just preparing myself for any situation. But less about me and more about DJT. Today we are going to do our technical and fundamental analysis for DJT going into tomorrow and before the inauguration. But as always, I want to say that this is not financial advice, and I always recommend doing your own due diligence before making any financial decisions. So let's hop into it. So first off, when we do our technical analysis of DJT, we can see that we are trading right now above the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. Recently, the 50-day moving average did cross over the 200-day moving average, signaling that we could see some positive price momentum from here. As I've said for a long time, currently we are trading in a sideways channel for DJT, but it is pretty positive that we have cracked back into the $40 range. With the inauguration being so close and the markets being closed on January 20th, we could see a lot of momentum go into the markets for tomorrow, and we could really see the volume for DJT pop. If this does happen, the resistance levels we want to be looking at next is going to be right at $45 to $47 for President Donald Trump, followed by 50. And 50 was where the halting and manipulation got really bad right before the elections. So this is the spot that scares me a little bit, and a big reason why I did sell one of my options contracts for DJT. If there was no halting, no manipulation, nothing like that in the market, I would be fully confident that all the Trump supporters and investors could really push this stock to the moon, and I am still confident that this stock could go to the moon. But because of the way the market works realistically, I didn't want to be caught in a position where we start to get halted around the $50 range and we see the stock tank a little bit. And I'm not trying to put any fear, uncertainty, and doubt into any investors. If you followed my channel for long enough, you know that I am very bullish on DJT, with a lot of my investment videos on here being about DJT. I have also, since the beginning of my channel, put DJT into the top 3 stocks of the month. I'm not trying to encourage any of my audience to paper hands out of DJT. I am super bullish on DJT, and I am holding all of my shares through the entire next 4 years of Donald J. Trump's presidency. I simply made that move just for some profits before the inauguration, in a way to pay for the upcoming trip that I'm going to be having. And if you're not subscribed to the channel already, I suggest you do so, as I'm going to be vlogging the entire experience. And with that being said, while I'm out in DC, we are going to see a big announcement with the possible banning of TikTok. So Trump is trying to make a last second attempt, trying to keep them from banning TikTok. So So this has been like a carrot being dangled over the public for the last year, as Biden had signed off to have TikTok banned on January 19th. So a day before Trump is actually going to be inaugurated into office, but Trump is talking about a possible executive order to save TikTok. This move would halt the legislation for 60 to 90 days. So even if TikTok gets saved for now, we could be revisiting this subject in about 2 to 3 months. But I am pretty pro TikTok. I do love the app, and I do have a separate channel that I use on YouTube, TikTok, a whole bunch of other social medias. But out of all the social medias I have used, TikTok has been the best, as it has paid the most. So I do think if the U.S. government bans TikTok, I think that's going to be a very bad move, as they're going to be hurting their own GDP from all the Americans that are earning a ton of money on TikTok, whether they're just uploading videos and getting ad revenue or making money on the TikTok shop. So if this ban does go through, there's going to be a lot of people who are hurt from this ban, as a lot of people are collecting a lot of money from TikTok. And that's not the only big news, as we've also seen a potential ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Trump wrote on Truth Social that this epic ceasefire agreement could only have happened as a result of our historic victory in November, as it signaled to the entire world that my administration would seek peace and negotiate deals to ensure the safety of all Americans and our allies. I am thrilled American and Israeli hostages will be returning home to be reunited with their families and loved ones. And he writes at the end of the post, "We have achieved so much without even being in the White House. Just imagine all of the wonderful things that will happen when I return to the White House and my administration is fully confirmed, so they could secure more victories for the United States." So I'd be curious to hear what everyone thinks about that. So please drop a comment down in the section below whether you think it was because of the Trump administration that there is the potential ceasefire happening, or if you think it's other factors. And I want to finish off with this. This is the volume chart for DJT. So we could see that the volume was a lot higher right before the elections and in anticipation for Trump to get into office. We did see a little bit of a volume pop this week with the anticipation of the big event coming up. But I do believe there's still a lot more volume to hop into DJT. So hopefully we don't see any halting or manipulation tomorrow. If the stock is able to run, we could see some pretty crazy numbers for DJT. So if the stock doesn't go crazy tomorrow, I am fully prepared for that, but I do think we are going to start seeing some big moves, and I think we're going to see some even bigger moves come Tuesday when the market opens. When the overnight market actually opens on Monday, January 20th, we should see the stock of DJT going crazy. I still consider $40 to be pretty undervalued for this stock, especially with all the big catalysts that we could be seeing for DJT over the next 4 years. So even if the stock does not run as much as us investors would like it to over tomorrow, and in the overnight market on Monday, the market open on Tuesday, even if it doesn't run those days, I still encourage everybody to have a big picture mentality on this play. Prepare yourself, position yourself for anything that can happen over the next 4 years. At any time, we could see a big piece of news or event happen, and Trump may either exclusively release that information on Truth Social, or we could see something else like we've talked about many times in the past. Trump is interested in buying the crypto exchange Bakkt, and DJT does have a lot of cash on hand. So there really is a lot that can happen with this stock. And again, I am very, very, very bullish on DJT. I am super excited for this weekend and for Monday. It's going to be such an exciting experience to be out in DC, and I can't wait to vlog the entire experience for everybody to see. So thank you again so much for watching my technical and fundamental analysis on the stock DJT. Please drop a comment in the section below on what you think, on where you see this stock going, if you're expecting it to squeeze, if you're expecting it to tank, just your overall analysis. So please drop that comment, please leave a like, and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, and have a great day.